Say hi, Elise. How are you doing today? How are you?
I'm making something which is the island, which is basically an island of fog.
Oh, okay. It actually does look like an island. Would this part be the sea? Oh,
And
that makes
it's
perfect
making a
sense.
place where there's no island, so it's like a saltwater pool.
Ah,
Erica, should I go ahead and mute people,
Okay.
or do you want to just come and?
oh, please
Talk
mute
to
all, because sometimes what happens is like someone forgets and then,
All right, you are all set.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Well, have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
Do we have to clean up my stuff?
No, we do have to clean up.
Very good, though. To clean up.
We can play with this next Saturday, but now we need to go. I'll see you next time, Liz. Hi, everyone. I'm Erica Robinson, and this is our Aligned Vinyasa class. So if you have blocks, it's a great idea to have them. If not, don't worry, we can totally modify. And today's theme is going to be a little bit more about twisting. So if you have a block, feel free to sit on the block. Also, it can be nice to sit on your blanket, your towel, and sometimes that just gives people a little bit more relief in the hips. Right, so we'll just let the shoulders relax away from the ears for a moment. Just feel the energy rising up through the crown of your head. So even in the theme of working with opposition, it's like you're rooting down through your sitting bones, right? But there is that little lift in the torso, ribs away from the pelvis. It's like you're really reaching up. And we'll take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Breathing in. And a slow, controlled breath out. And take a few more breaths like that on your own. And using that as a time to just get grounded, really be aware of the breath. And just a reminder that we do merge the pranayama with asana, meaning we're merging breath control with the yoga posture. So that is part of the discipline, is trying to keep a smooth, even breath, even if the postures get a bit challenging. And we're going to turn this pranayama, which is samavritti, it means equal parts, into nadi shodhana, right? Now that's this alternate nostril breathing, some call it the balancing breath. So check your posture, right? Continue to sit as tall as you can, that energy sprouting up through the crown of the head. And then we're going to take Jhana Mudra, which is your index and thumb meeting together in your left hand. And then the right hand is going to be for basically the face, the nose. So you can tuck in your two peace fingers. Your thumb is going to be for the right nostril. Your ring finger is going to be for the left nostril. So bringing that right hand up to the face, we'll take a breath in. Now seal off the right nostril with the right thumb, exhale through the left. We'll inhale through the left. And seal that off completely, exhale just through the right. And taking your time, inhale through the right. Seal off your right nostril, exhale only through your left. And take a few more rounds like this on your own. Even though it's just one nostril at a time, see if you can really take your nice complete inhalation, thorough exhalation. Now, the next time you exhale for your left side, you can drop your right hand to match the left hand. So they will both be in that Jnana Mudra, which also translates to the Mudra of knowledge. Maybe you use this time to set an intention for yourself. And then we're just going to inhale, both hands down, and then exhale, take a very gentle twist to the right. It doesn't have to be too extreme. Stabilizing your pelvis. And you might begin to feel a stretch in your obliques. Right? So those are the muscles right around the waist, midsection. Take 2 more deep breaths. Inhale to lengthen and grow tall. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lengthen and grow. And exhale to twist. Again, very gentle. We'll inhale back to center. And then exhale, take your twist to the left. So you can use your right hand gently against your outer left thigh. And then, think of that long Sushumna Nadi, that vertical pole or axis in the middle of your body. And, that axis or pole is really reaching tall and vertical. So inhaling, right? Think of that verticality. And then exhale to twist. Inhale, lengthen and grow. Exhale, twist. Now your left pelvis might want to start scooting back. See if you can keep it matching your right pelvis. Even as you twist from your navel center. We'll inhale, hands back to center. And then we'll just exhale, come to all fours. So let's create a good connection with the hands and the mat. And again, even a little awareness of your navel to spine. And then we'll inhale to the cow pose. Feel like a nice stretch in the belly here. Exhale as you round your back, cat pose. Inhale, arch up cow. And we'll exhale, round the back for cat. Just 2 more. Inhale and cow. And exhale, round for cat. One more time. Inhale and cow. And exhale, round for cat. Let's inhale to the neutral spine. And then we'll just tuck the toes, send your hips up, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can move around however you like. Pedaling out with the feet. And again, just being mindful that your knuckles are nicely rooted into the earth. And then let's just softly bend both knees at the same time and have the extra energy of really lifting your sitting bones up. Right, so chest towards your thighs, full breath in. And let's drop the knees, child's pose, breathe out. Nice long arms. You can even creep your fingertips a little bit further forward. Full breath in. A nice stretch sometimes on the underside of the arm. If you can tent your fingers, but super long arms. Inhale. So basically lifting the heels of the hands. Exhale. One more breath in. And stay for your breath out. Now we'll root the palms down again, tuck your toes, send your hips up, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now you might have to widen your stance a little bit, possibly even shorten your stance. But see if you can bring your left hand to either the outer right ankle or even the outer right calf will do. And again, just starting to get into a hint of a twist. Perhaps you can peek under your right arm. And then we'll just inhale, left hand forward, stay for the exhale. Perhaps you adjust your feet back. And then inhale, right leg high. Nice down dog split here. We're gonna exhale, open the hip, bend the knee. You're gonna stretching your right hip flexor, full breath in. Full breath out. We'll inhale, straighten the right leg. And then exhale, we square the hips. Let's place right foot in between the hands, right? As far as you can go, maybe scoot the right foot forward. Let your pelvis sink. And then we're gonna drop the left knee to the floor, point your back foot, and then we'll lift right arm up for each twist. So notice if your left shoulder is sort of creeping up into the left earlobe, and bring the left shoulder down a bit. Keep the shoulder blades even, nice broad chest. Now again, bringing awareness to your navel center. Inhale. And exhale, think of twisting more from the navel rather than your lower back. You may even have to draw your right pelvis down. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. Maybe you lean right chest back, smidgen more, breathe out. We'll inhale both hands down. Now tuck your left to the toes, lengthen and fold over your front leg. Okay, now check in with your hips. Try to be clear that you're symmetrical, where your left hip's not pulling back a bit, and just steering that left hip forward. You see that little adjustment. And then we're gonna keep the hips stable, legs stable. Let's walk the blocks over to the right side. So we're gonna really reach through the left arm. Again, think of even tenting the left hand a little bit. If you need, you can push that left block or left hand over diagonally more. Let your head and neck relax. Again, get a good stretch in your left side body. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Let's inhale, frame the front foot. Exhale, bend your right knee. Hands flat. Let's step back, downward facing dog. So, we're gonna inhale, plank pose. Now, a little different, guys. Keep both hands on the mat. We're not lifting the left palm. Bring your inner feet to touch, and then just stack left inner thigh on top of right thigh. So you're taking a twist, almost like you're going into side plank or Vashisthasana. So really the upper portion of your body is still in the plank, but you're trying to get your legs in a side plank shape. One more breath in. You start to feel your right obliques working. Breathe out. Let's inhale. Come on back to center. Nice plank pose. We're going to exhale, knees drop. Child's pose. Now this time, let's breathe in. Exhale, walk both arms way over to the left. So really reach through your right fingertips. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Now we're going to inhale those arms back onto center. And then exhale. Let's just come back to all fours again here. So if you'd like to take a nice wrist stretch, lift your fingertips back or somewhat back. They don't have to go all the way. And we'll inhale again, cow pose. Exhale, round your back, cat pose. Inhaling cow, take your time, right? Work with your pranayama, your ujjayi breathing. We're starting to get into exhale, right? So very nice audible breaths. Inhaling cow. And again, we'll exhale round for cat. We'll inhale back to the neutral spine right in the middle. Now bring your hands back to normal. Send your hips up, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So remember, just a little reminder with your palms, try to root where your thumbs and your index meet into the earth. Right? You're stabilizing your wrist. Now this time, and again, you might have to widen your stance, maybe slightly shorten your down dog. As we take the right hand now, outer left ankle or calf. So start to spin your chest a little bit more left. But again, try to stabilize your pelvis. It's a part of the challenge of a lot of poses is stabilizing one part of the body while actively moving or trying to go deeper in another part of the body. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. We'll inhale right hand back, regular down dog. Exhale. Let's inhale left leg high. Right? Ekapada, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Open the hip, bend your left knee. Full breath in. Right heel can be heavy, full breath out. We'll inhale, straighten the left leg. Let's re-square the hips. Exhale, do your best. Bring left foot forward and group in between the hands. Inhale, nice low lunge. Exhale, tap your back knee to the floor. So point your back foot. This time we're inhaling left arm up. And then exhale, deepen your twist a bit more. And full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Maybe you twist a little deeper. Exhale. Be mindful, right? We're not shrugging into that bottom right shoulder. One more breath in. Twist a little deeper as you breathe out. We're going to inhale left hand down. Again, if you need to use blocks, go for it. Tuck your backs and toes, lengthen and fold over your front. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Nice square hips. Exhale. Now try to keep your hips square as we walk our hands over to the left. So pay particular attention to the right arm. Right fingertips, like you're trying to slide that right block over more. Think of your right arm on a diagonal. Stretching your right side body. Nice deep breaths. And we're going to inhale, frame the front foot. Exhale, bend your left knee, step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog, full breath in, full breath out. Now this time, inhale, plank pose. So, try to keep your right hand glued to the floor, upper body's more of a plank shape, as you stack right leg on top of left leg. So yes, you'll start to feel the left waist, left obliques doing work. Still try to reach forward through your sternum, meaning we're not rounding in the upper back or lifting in the hips. You're still trying to keep pretty much that plank alignment as far as a line. Make center heels drawing a direct line with your torso, crown of the head. Let's inhale back through plank, kind of undoing those hips. Knees wide, big toes touch, child's pose. Super duper long arms, we'll breathe in. Exhale, walk both arms way over to the right. So we're just stretching out those lovely left obliques. Reach through your left fingertips, full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Inhale, arms forward again. Tuck your toes, send your hips up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, 3 breaths. Inhale. Now, of course, guys, you may rest in child's pose whenever you need. Exhale. Breathing in, externally rotating your upper arms. Breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's slowly walk the feet forward. Just making your way to the very top of your mat. You have to bend your knees. Once you get there, perfectly fine. Take a moment, check out your feet. Make sure they're nice and even. We'll breathe in. Exhale, slowly roll your way up to stand. It's coming into your mountain pose, Tadasana, full breath in. Standing nice and tall, full breath out. We'll inhale, arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. A little bit of movement here. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Let's inhale right foot behind low lunge. So you're working with that controlled breath. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog, hips high. We're gonna inhale, plank pose. Let's exhale, chaturanga dandasana. This first round, guys, let's drop the pelvis, lift the chest. You're automatically in baby cobra. It's different from your up dog. Exhale through all fours, downward facing dog. Keep engaging your core. Inhale, step right foot forward. Exhale, your left foot to match. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, refold. Inhale, arms high, Urdhva. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, arms down and up. Nice energy in your legs. Exhale, fold forward. You're very strong in those legs. Inhale, left foot behind a lunge. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. We're gonna inhale, plank pose. Different vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. And think of dropping the hips automatically, lifting in the heart, baby cobra. Exhale through all fours, down dog. Inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale, right foot to match. Let's inhale, flat back. Exhale, refold. Inhale, arms high, Urdhva. Exhale, hands heart center. Another round like that. Inhale, arms high, building some heat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot behind the lunge. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale it out, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, chest parallel to the floor. Your choice. It can be that baby cobra transition or inhale, upward facing dog if you're ready. If not, take baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step right foot forward. Exhale, left foot to match. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, refold. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands heart center. One more round here. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, left foot behind low lunge. Exhale, right foot back, down dog, building that rhythm with your breath. Inhale at plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, baby bhujangasana or Urdhva. Exhale, come on back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale, right foot match. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, super flat back and sternum forward. Exhale, refold. Inhale, arms high, Urdhva. Exhale, hands heart center. Take a moment to pause. Full breath in. Exhale, arms alongside the body here. Breathe out. Now this time, we'll inhale, arms high. Let's just exhale, take a twist to the right. Now pay attention to your pelvis. The right hip is going to want to do this, right? Do you see what I'm doing? Think of the front of your pelvis really facing forward, right? So that when you twist, you're really trying to twist from your midsection, not by drawing the right hip back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale both arms up, Urdhva. We're going to exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Let's inhale, right foot behind the lunge. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog, full breath in. Stay here, full breath out. Let's inhale, right leg high, Ekapada, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, open the hip, bend the right knee, inhale. You square the shoulders more, exhale. Inhale, straighten the right leg, you square your hips. Exhale, bring right foot forward and through, in between the hands. So, this time we're keeping the left knee lifted. Try to let your pelvis sink, right, as opposed to being up here. You might have to lengthen your stance. Reach your right arm up. And let's add a half bind this time. Getting a nice stretch in your right shoulder. Now again, pay attention to your hips. Notice, is your left hip doing something like this where you're really drooping that outer left hip? Lift left hip up, Okay, think of even nudging right pelvis down, twisting more from the navel. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Let's inhale, right arm up. Exhale, release, right hand down, lengthen and fold again. Parshvottanasana variation, back leg is neutral. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale. And then exhale, walk both hands over to the right. So we're going to reach a bit through the left arm, left side body, inhaling. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale, frame the front foot. And then exhale, bend the right knee. Make sure your feet are on train tracks. Right? Instead of a tightrope, let's inhale, arms out, high lunge. Nice deep breaths here. And again, let's think about the pelvis remaining very still. As we bring both arms forward, and then again, we're going to sweep the right arm down and back, just like when we're standing, right? Engaging in your twist. Full breath in. Full breath out. We'll inhale. Exhale, switch your chest. So now we're going to actually face the left wall. Adjust your right foot as needed, your Virasana 2. Right, you did have to adjust your back foot a bit. Keep lunging in that right leg. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Nice energy in both arms. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your right leg. And then let's flip the right palm. We'll tip it back. Peaceful triangle. Now you might have to shorten your stance as you inch back foot up a little. And then we're going to reach up and down. Crease your right hip back, triangle pose. And so again, working with that theme of opposition. You're reaching up through your left hand, left fingertips, and a downward energy through your feet and your right hand. But you're also reaching up. You're also reaching forward through the crown of the head. One more breath in. Stay here for your breath out. We'll just inhale back up. Your Virasana 2. And then exhale. Windmill hands back around to the floor. Low lunge. Right? So spin that left heel up. So this time we're going to inhale, right leg back, plank pose. Exhale, stack left leg on top of right leg. So both palms are down. Try to engage in the twist. Drive your heart center forward. And then maybe you keep the legs and you blossom left arm up, Vashisthasana. Now guys, if it's too much, of course, you can bring your top left foot to the floor. Some people might opt right knee down. Variation can be a little easier. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Let's inhale, left hand down, plank pose or all fours. And then exhale, take it into your child's pose. And this time we'll breathe in. Exhale, walk both arms over to the left, actively reaching for your right arm. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling. And exhale. We're going to inhale, arms back to center. Exhale, tuck the toes, send your hips up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. And your chest moves toward your thighs. Exhale. Let's inhale, bend both knees. We're going to exhale. You can either step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, refold. Now we're going to bend both knees. Inhale, hands to prayer, taking a chair pose. Exhale, twist to the right. Now again, work with your Sushumna Nadi. So picture now a horizontal pole. running from the tailbone pretty much to the crown of the head. So same part of the subtle body, different orientation. Maybe take a peek at your knees. Make sure they're even. Again, stabilizing your pelvis while twisting more from the midsection. Now guys, have fun with this next part. Right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We're gonna look at the floor. Now your gaze is for stability, so do your best not to look around the room too much. Bring some weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot up. Now again, engage your core. You might be able to float that left leg back towards this twisted warrior three variation. Stay for the exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, let's take this into the twisted lunge. Pavaditi Parsvarthanasana. Press into your palms. Draw your right chest back. Now guys, if this is too much, modify left hand down, right arm up. If you can manage to take the twist, go for it. One more breath in. Stay for the breath out. We're going to inhale back to the floor. Now bring weight into your right foot so you can just kind of transition left foot up to right foot. Back in your twisted chair. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale back to center chair, hands in prayer. Exhale, stand tall, mountain pose. Take a moment, full breath in. Keep growing up to the crown of your head, breathe out. Feeling grounded, inhale. And exhale. So this time we'll inhale both arms up. Let's exhale, take a twist to the left. Now stabilize your hips. Again, your left hip. Might want to do this. Like, you know, your hips are shooting two guns and those gun points are really, really, really facing forward as you twist. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. We'll inhale, arms down and up. And then exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, nice and long. And exhale, refold. We'll inhale, left foot behind, low lunge. Exhale, right foot back, down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. We'll inhale, left leg high. And again, exhale, you can open the hip, bend the knee. Try to work with nice straight arms. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, straighten your left leg. You can re-square those hips. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Now, again, this time, keep your right knee lifted if possible. We'll inhale, left arm back and up for your twist. Stay for the exhale. Breathe in. And exhale, let's add a half bind. Right? Stretch out your left shoulder. Keep breathing. If it's okay with your neck, you can look up to the ceiling. Energy pressing through that right heel. Take your time. Transitions are just as nice. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, release your left hand down. We'll lengthen and fold over the front leg. Nice square hips. Take your breath in. Now stabilize your legs and hips as you walk the arms over to the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale, frame the front foot. And then exhale, bend your left knee. Now again, make sure your feet are on a train track pattern. Essentially, it's heels to sitting bones, right? If you notice that relationship, that actually can apply to so many poses and make things more accessible. Heels to sitting bones, right? Those correspond. Inhale, arms up, high lunge. If you have to bend the back knee, that's okay. Right? Maybe you are able to lift in the heart a little more. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now this time we'll inhale. Exhale, take a twist to your left. 2 horizontal arms. Again, pelvis is super still. Now sometimes this happens in the torso, right? People lean forward. See if you can sit your rib cage above your hips. Take a breath in. Now notice the back foot has to adjust. We're just going to spin it open, Virabhadrasana 2. If you can transition, a little bit of foot readjusting. Keep lunging in your front left leg. Nice energy through both arms. Let's inhale, straighten the front leg. You might have to shorten your stance. Flip left palm. Tip it back. Peaceful triangle. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up through center. Now crease your left to back. Super duper long left waist as you land a triangle. Now again, I always say your hand could be high on the shin. Some people might prefer a block. We are trying to work with a nice long left waist. Now again, if you're leaning back into something, oftentimes people do this. Think left rib cage hovering above your left thigh. So sometimes when you lean back, you have no choice but to lift the left hand a little higher. Full breath in. Keep reaching up through the right fingertips. Breathe out. We'll inhale back up. Virabhadrasana 2. And then exhale. Windmill hands back around to floor. Spin that right heel up, low lunge. And so maybe you remove your block. Inhale, left foot back, plank pose. Stay for the exhale. Now keep engaging your core. Breathe in. Exhale, stack right leg now on top of left leg. So try to keep your right hand plugged down at first before you go into the next pose. Twist. And then maybe right arm does lift up. Again, feel free to modify with the legs as you need to. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Lengthen your tailbone. Exhale. Inhale, right hand down, plank or all fours, depending on where you were. Exhale, knees wide. Child's pose. Full breath in. Let's exhale both arms way over to the right. Breathe out. Tempting through those left fingertips if you can. Breathe in. Breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale back to center. Exhale, let's lift the hips up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, full breath in. Full breath out. So optional vinyasa. You can inhale plank pose, reaching forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, chaturanga, parallel arms. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, we'll inhale, bend both knees, lift your gaze. Exhale, you can step or walk or hop top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, refold. Inhale, arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands heart center. Full breath in. Full breath out. And keeping your palms touching, let's breathe in. Exhale, take a seat. Utkatasana variation. Now inhale, nice long Sushumna, right? So think of like this geometry where there's this horizontal line, but now it's just that we're twisting left. We're trying to still keep that line. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Good. Now we're going to look at the floor. This time, guys, it's about shifting weight into your left foot. So bring the right foot up. And one, I'm a little wobbly on this side, right? So sometimes it's a little tricky. Try to bring the right leg back. You're passing through a twisted Virabhadrasana 3. Full breath in. Modify as you need. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to take it back. Adjust the hands that suit you. So, it could be right hand down, left arm up. But if you were able to do that nice little graceful transition, hands would stay in prayer. Nice deep breaths. Maybe you look up to the left hand, or I should say left shoulder, look at the sky. We'll inhale, look at the floor, and see if you can exhale right foot up. You're back in your revolved chair. Full breath in, full breath out. We'll inhale back to chair pose. Exhale, stand tall. Uttanasana. Full breath in. Standing tall, full breath out. Inhale, arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Let's inhale, flat back. Then exhale, step or hop. Some of you might like hopping back into Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Full breath in. Sitting bones nice and high. Full breath out. Full inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale right leg high. And stand up, split here. And then we're going to exhale, bring right foot in between the hands. So let's connect the belly to the right thigh. Some of you might like to use blocks. See how long you can keep your belly connected to your right thigh as you lift your left leg up towards standing split. You can roll the hip open this variation if you'd like. You might have to keep the right knee bent, right? But try to have the crown of your head facing the floor. Keep reaching up to your left set of toes. Right? So there is an open hip variation and a closed hip variation. Right now, you can be free. Open left hip. Take another breath in. Let's exhale. Bend both knees. Right? You have to bend both knees. Curl left thigh behind right thigh. So now you're kind of internally rotating that left thigh. Bring the left shin to the floor. Hopefully you can just transition to a seat. If that doesn't work for you, it's okay. Meet us here. Sole of the right foot's on the floor. Right knee up. Try to plug your right sitting bone down. Now if that's not happening, straighten your left leg. This can be a nice modification. Otherwise, left kneecap faces forward as you bend that left knee, right sitting bone down. Now, let's bring the right hand behind the hip. Use your arm to even lengthen tall. Coming into seated spinal twist. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twist to your right. Now again, in twists, guys, people tend to do this. They might be facing the desired direction, but they're not lengthening in the back. So there's a few different components here. Think of spreading your collarbones, opening your chest, lifting up the crown of the head, right? So think of a lot of length, even though we are twisting. 3 more deep breaths, inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale. 1 more breath in. Stay here for your breath out. We'll inhale, come back through center. Exhale, take a little counter twist to the left. And then we'll face forward. And then we'll bring the feet down. Right, so knees up, hands behind the thighs. Engage your navel to spine. Again, think of spreading your collarbones, a little openness in the heart center. And then we're gonna lift our legs up for Uttanasana. Now, we're gonna extend the arms. Now again, if anybody has to rest at any point, that's okay. It's a teeny bit of core work. Some of you might even like to use a block to make it a little bit more challenging, right? Placing the block long ways between your palms. Take a breath in. And if you don't have a block, you can still do this. Exhale, we're twisting right. Left arm outside, right thigh. Inhale, center. Keep your navel to spine action. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Only one more round. Inhale, center. Keep navel to spine. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, feet down. Butterfly the legs open. We'll inhale, lengthen in the back. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Take 5 really nice, mindful breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. One more good breath in. Maybe you draw your outer thighs slightly closer to the earth on that last breath out. We'll inhale, lift up to sit. And then exhale, find your way back to a downward facing dog. That nice hamstring stretch. If you want a vinyasa, you may take it. Also fine just to stay where you are. And then we'll inhale left foot forward. Right, so again, you might like to use your blocks. We're gonna float right leg up, standing split. I believe this is Urdhva Prasarita, Ekpadasana. Now again, we're trying to keep the belly close to the thigh. So a lot of times people confuse standing split with Warrior 3. Your leg may or may not lift higher than Warrior 3 depending on the person, but it is not chest parallel to floor as much as it's trying to get the chest parallel to the standing leg. Now, as a result of this pose, yes, some people might be able to lift that right leg higher. Shift some of the weight into the ball of the left foot, so it's not quite all in the heel. Another breath in. Exhale, bending both knees. We're curling right leg behind left leg. Right shin lands on floor, you see that? And then maybe you're just able to take a seat. And again, not, just get there however you need to get there. So left sitting bone comes down, hips are even. Now left hand can go behind our hip. Let's sit nice and tall, right? So we're reaching up to the crown of the head. Let's inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist left. And again, think of using your inhalation to lengthen and grow tall. If it's accessible, you're looking over your left shoulder, exhale. Inhale, lengthen and grow. Exhale to twist. Be mindful what's happening in your left pelvic half. Inhale, right? You don't want it to scoot backwards. Let it be symmetrical, right? Hips are even with each other. One more breath in. Twist a millimeter deeper on the breath out. We'll inhale hands, or we'll come back to center. Hands can unravel there. Take a bit of a counter twist. the right. Then we'll face forward. So last time like this, plant your feet on the floor. Hands behind the thighs. Let's lift the heart center up. And then we can lift the feet. Again, you can choose to use your blocks or not. Right, we're gonna reach the arms forward, but this time inhale. We're gonna exhale to the left first. Stabilizing your pelvis, technically this is a twist. Inhale, center. That's more of a toning twist. Exhale, right, as opposed to more of a twist that makes things flexible. Inhale, center. Great way to strengthen your abdominals. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Let's exhale, right. Inhale, middle, keep that navel to spine going. Exhale, left, nice energetic arms. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. We'll inhale, center. Feet can come to the floor. Inhale, let's lift in the heart center. Exhale, legs out, and reach the Konasana. Sitting bones down, take a breath in. Maybe you exhale and hinge a tad bit forward. Maybe it's a lot forward, but try to keep your knees pointing up, right, as opposed to pointing this way. So sometimes sitting on a block is helpful. Nice deep breaths, inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your nose. One more breath in. And stay for your breath out. We'll inhale up through center. We'll exhale, close the legs here. Now, if you need to bend the knees, you can. Let's inhale, arms long. And then exhale, hinge forward. Paschimottanasana. If you feel like you'd like to straighten the legs, go right ahead. We will point the feet. Just take your time rolling onto your back. And then we're going to grab our block. And we can either place it on the medium height, right, or the long height, right? So I'm going to go with medium height today. Bend both knees. And we're going to lift the hips, wedge the block underneath the sacrum. Right, so we'll just take a moment resting here. Try to focus on your kneecaps facing forward as opposed to drifting or butterflying out to the sides, even just a little bit. We really want to think of a little magnet where your inner thighs are gently drawing toward each other. Right, that can help. Shoulders melt into the earth, focus on your breath. So we're going to stay in this bridge pose, but work a little bit on some quad stretching. So start to scoot your left foot back. Right, you see that? Now, there's gonna be some people that might have to stop at a certain point, and that's okay. If you're feeling such an intense stretch that that's where you need to stop and breathe, totally fine. So if you can, we're gonna point the left foot and keep drawing your left kneecap forwards. Now, if you're really tight in certain foot muscles, it can also be a really good foot stretch too. The idea though, as we're here, is to scoot the left foot back even a little closer to the left shoulder, if that makes sense. So it's like we're drawing that left shin bone towards the floor. It's not that it'll touch, but the left foot is starting to get closer to the left shoulder. Keep drawing the left kneecap forward again. We don't want it drifting off to the left. Think of closing the inner thighs towards the midline. So this is not only a great stretch for the quads, the front of your thighs, and perhaps even the ankle, right? It can really start getting into the psoas muscle as well. Nice deep breaths. Two more, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, lengthen your tailbone, right, as opposed to holding the butt back into the block. Lift the front of the pelvis up to the ceiling. Let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. And we'll grab that left foot. So again, you might have to gingerly lift up the foot. You know, take your time scooting that left foot backward. It came from, right? So now left foot is matching the right foot. Take a moment, find your center. And then we're going to do the same thing other side. So grab your right foot. You can start by scooting the right ball of the foot back. And again, for some people, this is going to be plenty. Just attempting to draw the right kneecap forward. You do not have to go further if this is intense for you. Otherwise, start pointing the right foot. And you know, there is a little trick of lifting the right shoulder up a bit so you can scoot and point, you know, your right foot back a little more. And you'll really feel that deep stretch in the right quads. Come back to your breath. Notice what's happening with your tailbone and your pelvis. If we are tight in the psoas and quads and all that stuff, of course we're going to be resistant to the stretching. And so it's subconscious, but what tends to happen is we do that, I guess it would be anterior tilt in the pelvis technically, where it's like you're poking the tailbone down into the block. See if you can, you know, just challenge yourself to bring the front of the pelvis up. Now again, if it's too much, it might mean that you need to scoot your right foot further forward. That's okay. But try not to poke the tailbone back. If anything, you're bringing the front hip creases up towards the ceiling. Technically, it's neutral pelvis. That can be hard to understand in this type of shape, right? But it's how the pelvis corresponds to your lower rib cage in a sense. Two more deep breaths, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. We'll bring the right foot forward. Take your time, son, doing it. Scoot your feet so they're flat and even. Take a moment, full breath in. Full breath out. We'll just remove the block. Take your time. We have been here for a while. Gently lower your hips. And then we'll bring the block off to the side. Let's bring the feet as wide as the mat. The knees knock in towards each other. And just let your lower back rest. You can draw the feet closer to each other. And then let's hug the knees into the chest here. You can circle your knees in one direction. Nice massage for the lower back. And then reverse your circle. We'll come to a pause. We'll extend the arms out to the sides. Take a nice breath in. Exhale both legs over to the right. And think of the knees lining up with your hips. So again, you're feeling the twist more from the obliques, not the lower back. It can be nice to shimmy the right shoulder over to the right of it, and maybe your left shoulder blade can reach the floor. And you look over your left arm. Nice deep breaths. If anyone cares to add an extra kind of IT band stretch, you could extend your top leg, your left leg, and maybe you grab the outer left foot with your right hand. Again, it doesn't always happen, right? It's worth a shot. Sometimes even if you can just grab the foot and do part of this, you'll feel a stretch. If you can lengthen the left leg all the way, that's extra bonus points. And then draw your left sitting bone. Think of drawing the left sitting bone towards your right heel. Right, so the outer left hip's not popping up as much. If you can do all of that, it's a really lovely IT band stretch. That band runs on the outer left leg. Again, when you can keep things like that nice and flexible, it does contribute to a healthy lower back. Because your hips are open, legs are open, hamstrings open. 3 more deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Let's bend the left knee. Take your time. Make your way back to center. You might even give yourself a little hug. And then we'll extend the arms out to the sides. This time bring both legs over to the left. Right, so again, guys, think of knees lining up with hips. So when we say this side you can see me, try not to take the twist this way. Sometimes people will go here and I'll be in class and say, you know, from those knees up towards your chest. Now again, you might be able to wiggle that left shoulder blade over to the left so that your right shoulder blade can be flat on the floor. And so we are here for a while. Try to really enjoy the twist. One thing, I'm sorry if I didn't mention on the other side, you know, a lot of us might not have a problem bringing that outer left thigh to the floor. But if you have a block and you ever feel like, wow, this would feel good, but you know, my legs are hovering. You can always take your block, I'll teach this a lot in class too, to raise the floor so that you can rest your outer left thigh on that block. Now, if you're pretty open in your obliques, then it might not feel, you know, like you want it to feel. You might really be looking forward to that deep twist, therefore stretch in your obliques. So just forego the block. Keep breathing. Now again, if you did so on the other side, maybe you attempt to straighten your right leg. Now again, try to keep that right hip crease open, right? We don't want to pop the right hip up. So think of, even hips the best you can. And then perhaps you extend the right leg all the way out. Even if you have to keep a little bend, right? It's still a decent stretch. We're going to keep rooting your right shoulder blade to the floor or towards the floor. 3 more deep breaths, inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale. 1 more breath in. Stay for your breath out. We'll bend the right knee. And take your time, make your way back to center. You want to rock from side to side. Some of you might like a happy baby. Anandavalasana. We'll come to a pause. We have a few moments for a decent inversion and then eventually Shavasana. So if you feel like you would rather not invert today, I offer Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touching. Again, if it's a little too much, you can always place blocks underneath your thighs. Those of you that might like to set up for legs up the wall pose, right? I'd suggest that if you have wall space. But then headstand or shoulder stand is also an option. So I'm gonna look at the clock, right? Whichever you choose. We're gonna be here for about 2 minutes. So 2 minutes of stillness, but of course, if you're in the middle of the floor and you're new to headstand, do your thing, rest as you need to rest. But if you're using a wall and you can hold something 2 minutes, try to do that. It's very good for your circulation. Last little thing I should say, if you're doing legs up the wall and you have a block, sometimes just putting that block underneath the sacrum can give you that little boost of the hips above the head, technically making this an inversion. Whatever variation you are in, start to make your way out of it. If you're doing legs up the wall, like I am, just bend the knees, bring your legs over to one side, remove your block if you have it. And then we're going to set up for Shavasana. So if you need props, sometimes blankets under the thighs are nice, or blocks under the thighs, sometimes even a blanket over your body. And, you know, if they're not these woven blankets we typically have at yoga studios, that's okay. You can, you know, use a maybe different or smaller blanket of your choice, even a towel, right? Always modifications we can use. This is especially nice if you have lower back tension. So we're going to try to take a nice full Shavasana. Now, one thing I'll say, Shavasana is considered the hardest asana. Ironically, we're not doing a lot of physical stuff, but it is the art of quieting the mind while remaining awake. So it's that certain specific state. It's not falling asleep, which can often happen. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just might mean you're really tired and need the rest, but it's different from sleep. So when the thoughts enter your mind, just try to let them pass like clouds. Begin to breathe deeper. And wiggling the fingers and the toes. We'll hug each knee into the chest. And rolling over to one side. And take a moment, lifting your way back up to sit. So some might choose to sit here a little bit longer, either in a seated meditation or even coming back to that alternate nostril breathing, the Nadi Shodhana. We're just even cultivating an even, smooth breath. Oftentimes in longer yoga classes, there will be maybe some seated pranayama. So that's up to you. You can stay here as long as you wish. Otherwise, thank you very much for being here. And again, my name is Erica Robinson, Aligned Vinyasa. Different sequencing every week, but thank you so much for being here, and you can always ask me questions. If you are on Instagram, Erica Robinson Yoga on Instagram. So thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.